There is something draining your bank account right now, and I do not mean your rent. I do not mean your car payment or your groceries or anything obvious like that. I mean something invisible, something so small and so quietly consistent that most people never catch it. And by the time they do, it has already taken thousands of dollars from them. Thousands of dollars they worked for, thousands they will never get back. And here is what makes it genuinely terrifying. You cannot feel it happening. There is no single moment where a large chunk disappears and triggers alarm. It just bleeds, slowly, steadily, every single month. A little here, a little there, until you check your account at the end of the month and think, where did it all go? I didn't do anything crazy this month. I didn't splurge. I just lived my life, and somehow the money is gone again. If that feeling is familiar to you, stay with me, because I'm going to show you exactly what this leak is, exactly where it hides, and exactly how to stop it permanently. And once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it. My name is Lyra, and this channel exists for one reason: to show everyday people the money patterns that quietly separate those who build real wealth from those who stay stuck despite working just as hard. I have seen this specific leak destroy the financial progress of people earning $40,000 a year and people earning $200,000 a year. It does not care about your income. It does not care how responsible you think you are. It is happening to almost everyone, and almost no one is talking about it. So if you are new here, subscribe and hit the bell, because what I'm about to walk you through is something your bank will never warn you about. They benefit too much from your silence. Now, let me show you what is really going on. Most people have a version of this experience. You sit down, you check your balance, and the number is lower than it should be. You mentally run through the month trying to identify the culprit. You didn't go on a trip. You didn't buy anything major. You were actually pretty careful. But the money is still gone, and you have this uncomfortable, vague feeling that something is off. You just can't point to what. So you shrug, tell yourself next month will be different, and move on. And next month, the exact same thing happens. This is not a discipline problem. This is not a budgeting failure. This is the result of a financial system that is specifically and deliberately designed to extract small amounts from you so quietly and so consistently that you never feel the pain all at once. You only feel the mystery of never having enough. Think about how subscriptions work. You sign up during a free trial, excited about the product. The trial ends and the charge kicks in. It's small, $9, $13, $17, so you don't cancel. Months go by, the app moves to page 4 of your phone, you forget it exists, but the charge does not forget you. It comes back every single month with perfect reliability. Then the price quietly increases. You get an email about it, but it looks like every other promotional email, so you delete it without reading it. Now you're paying even more for something you forgot you had. Multiply that across every service, every app, every free trial you ever signed up for without fully intending to commit long-term. Then add the convenience fees, the faster delivery charges, the ATM fees when you used the wrong machine, the premium upgrade you clicked once and never downgraded. Then add the zombie accounts, the gym membership you keep meaning to cancel, the meal kit subscription you paused but never actually ended, the annual software renewal that hit your card last Tuesday while you were at work and you haven't even noticed yet. Individually, none of these feel like a crisis. Together, they're bleeding you dry. Most people who do the math for the first time find somewhere between $200 and $500 leaving their account every single month in charges they never consciously chose to keep paying. That's not $200 on something enjoyable. That's $200 disappearing into the background, unnoticed, unremarked, every month like clockwork. Let that number sit for a second. $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year.
Invested consistently over 20 years at an average return, that's somewhere in the range of $150,000 to $200,000. That's not a rounding error. That's a retirement account. That's financial freedom. And right now, it's being quietly extracted from your life, $12 and $15 and $19 at a time, while you work harder trying to understand why you can't seem to get ahead. That's the real cost of this leak, not the monthly annoyance, the compounded, decades-long destruction of wealth you should have had. So let me show you exactly how to find it and stop it. There are 4 places this leak hides, and most people never check all 4. The first is your subscription layer. Open your bank statement and your credit card statement from the last 60 days and go through them line by line. You're specifically looking for anything recurring, anything that appears more than once with the same name or the same amount. Don't decide yet whether to keep or cancel anything. Just find everything first. Write it all down in one place. Most people doing this for the first time find somewhere between 8 and 15 recurring charges they either forgot about entirely or didn't realize were still active. Just building this list is the first moment of real financial clarity many people experience in years. The second place is price creep. Once you have your list, look at what you're currently paying versus what you originally signed up to pay. Streaming services raise prices every year. Software subscriptions quietly inflate. Insurance premiums climb at renewal without a phone call or a warning. You approved the original price. You never approved the increases. They just happened while you weren't looking, and your silence was treated as consent. Most people are paying 20 to 40% more than they were 2 years ago on the exact same services. That gap is pure waste. The third hiding spot is zombie accounts. These are services you're paying for that you haven't actually used in over 60 days. The fitness app you downloaded in January, the language learning subscription from that phase you went through, the streaming service that has one show you like but you haven't opened the app since that show ended. These are the most expensive leaks because you're receiving absolutely zero value. You're paying purely out of inertia, out of the friction of cancellation being slightly annoying. These need to go first. The fourth and most invisible leak is what I call the convenience tax. Every time you pay for faster delivery when you could have waited, every ATM fee because you didn't find your bank's machine, every premium feature on a free app you clicked once without thinking, every airport lounge day pass, every expedited processing fee, every small charge that felt justified in the moment of slight inconvenience. Add up every single convenience charge from last month. For most people, this number lands between $40 and $120. That's money spent not on things you love or need, but on tiny moments of impatience or disorganization. Now, let me show you what happens when someone actually does this versus someone who keeps putting it off. Priya and Sarah are both 31, both earning $58,000 a year. Both feel like they're working hard and saving less than they should. Both have told themselves they need to get their finances together someday. Priya does the audit in month 1. It takes her 45 minutes. She finds $340 in monthly charges she either forgot about or no longer uses. She cancels $220 worth immediately, negotiates 2 others down to cheaper tiers, and redirects $280 into a high-yield savings account. She feels, for the first time in a long time, like she's actually in control of her money. Sarah means to do it. She genuinely does, but it feels tedious and she has a busy week, so she moves it to next weekend. Next weekend comes and goes. By month 3, Priya has developed an eye for this. She catches a streaming service that quietly raised its price by $4. She finds an insurance charge on her phone bill for a device she replaced over a year ago. She recovers another $22 that month without even doing a full audit. She just notices now because she trained herself to look. Sarah gets hit by an annual software renewal she completely forgot about. $89 gone in one transaction. She's frustrated but moves on.
By month 6, Priya has redirected over $1,600 into savings that would have otherwise silently disappeared, without changing her lifestyle, without earning more, without a single dramatic financial decision. Sarah had a stressful month when several charges landed at once and she genuinely could not trace where they came from. She felt out of control. She still has not done the audit. At the end of year 1, Priya has recovered $3,200 that was previously being silently extracted from her account. Sarah saved roughly what she always saves, which is less than she planned and less than she can explain. 5 years later, Priya's recovered money is compounding in investments. Her financial clarity gave her the confidence to negotiate her salary twice and make smarter decisions across the board. Sarah is still earning a reasonable income, still feeling vaguely behind, still occasionally staring at her bank balance, wondering what happened to the month. Same salary, same starting point. One audit. Here is the thing that I really want you to understand. Wealthy people do not earn money in some fundamentally different way than everyone else. What they do differently is lose less of it silently. They treat every recurring charge as something that has to continuously earn its place, not something that gets to stay forever just because canceling it takes 5 minutes of effort. That mindset alone is worth more than most investment strategies. And here is what makes this habit compound beyond the money itself. The first time you do a leak audit, you find the obvious forgotten subscriptions. The second time, you start catching subtler things: price increases, sneaky annual renewals, fees you had normalized. By the 6th or 7th time, you have completely rewired how you interact with money. You stop signing up for free trials carelessly. You actually read renewal notices instead of deleting them. You pause before paying a convenience fee and ask whether it is worth it. The awareness itself becomes an asset that keeps growing. You become someone money does not silently disappear from. That's an identity shift, not just a budgeting trick. Now, I need to be completely honest with you about something. Right now, while you're watching this video, there are charges queued up for your account this month that you have not thought about, reviewed, or actively chosen to pay again. Not as a possibility, as a certainty. Money is leaving your account that you did not consciously decide to spend today. And if you close this video and do nothing, those exact same charges will come back next month and the month after and every month for the next several years until something forces you to finally deal with it. I know the objection. It feels like a lot of effort for small amounts, but you're not frustrated about $12. You're frustrated about $12 multiplied by 18 months, multiplied by 14 different services, while simultaneously working harder, stressing more, and wondering why you can't make real financial progress. That's not a small problem wearing small numbers. That's a fundamental crack in your financial foundation that's quietly costing you your future. And the time argument doesn't hold either. This audit takes 45 minutes the first time. After that, 15 minutes a month to maintain. You're spending more time than that watching content on the streaming services you forgot you were paying for. So here's where you actually are right now. You have 2 choices, and they're both real. You can close this video, tell yourself you'll handle it this weekend, and lose another $200 to $400 next month to charges you never consciously reapproved. Or you can open your banking app right now, not tomorrow, not after dinner, right now, and start building your leak map. Here's exactly what to do. Open your banking app. Pull up the last 60 days of transactions. Look for anything recurring. Write down every single one, the name, the amount, the date it hits. That list is your starting point. Everything on it needs to either justify its place in your life or get canceled today, not someday, today. Do this once and you'll recover money you didn't know you had.
Do it every month, and you'll permanently become the kind of person whose money goes where they choose, not where the system quietly redirects it. In 1 year, you will have saved thousands you currently cannot account for. In 5 years, that money compounding will be building real wealth, while your peers are still staring at their bank balances, wondering where the month went. Find the leak, fix it today, or keep paying for it every single month for the rest of your financial life.